Are you freaking kidding me, Nintendo? The Switch 2? Really now? Are they that desperate to cash into the neckbeards incarnate? Seriously, I think my IQ dropped at least 1% from every second of that pathetic reveal trailer. That has to be the worst reveal trailer I have seen for a while, and yet all these paid off shills are ready to put their mouth wide open like in their shoddy thumbnails, ready to suck off Nintendo's sausage like the attention whore that they are. As you may or may not know, which is surprising considering I'm the only YouTuber who keeps this sinking ship of a platform floating, imagine not knowing Jameson, also known as the king of gaming, the king of YouTube, the 1000% fact spitter, and the one that is superior than you on every single way. Imagine not knowing someone as great as me. That's actually sad. Just like this Switch 2. But regardless, I am on vacation on a beautiful island with the clearest water in the world. And I deserve it because my work rate is far better than anyone, and especially these fucking garbage YouTubers you Nintendo fans have a wet cunt for. And despite that, I got disturbed by multiple companies asking me to review their products because they know I'm the best there is. I was still having a great day at the beach. You know, I surfed, won a sandcastle contest, partied all night, talked with my wife. I was having the time of my life. Until one day I made the grave mistake of opening my iPhone 16 looking at my amazing YouTube video, and then I was horrified by the announcement of the Switch 2, and to make matters worse, 10 minutes later Nintendo sent me a advance review copy of the damn Switch 2, desperately begging me to shill it. But my audience know I keep it 100, so here's the truth that most likely will disappoint you. After playing with my advance review copy for 1 hour max, I'm coming to the conclusion that the Nintendo Switch 2 is absolutely fucking garbage. The Switch 2 easily has to be the worst Nintendo console since the Wii U, and even then I'm being generous cause this can be the worst console of all time. I'm protesting against this horrible console. The Switch 2 ruined my life. It's worse than the Atari consoles. It's worse than the Soldier Boy console. Hell, even the Tiger consoles from the 80s are better. There's literally nothing special about the Switch 2. It's the exact same fucking console you've played with for almost 10 years. But instead of making a new Virtual Boy, we're getting more of this underpowered tablet. I've already got stick drift so bad that I thought the controller has a mind of its own. These Joy-Cons drift harder than the cars from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. It feels so cheap, and that's on purpose to keep them cheap so that you half-wits keep on buying more Joy-Cons. Even with all the official Nintendo accessories, they all feel cheap. And yet you are technically forced to buy an Pro controller because good luck aiming with these little Joy-Cons because they are so bloody rough it's barely possible to aim in any game that requires any trace of precision. So that's another €70 down, and never forget the Switch came with free online, which they are now charging you for it, but to compensate for the cost, the big feature, the selling point are N64 games. Like, you can't make this up. Why am I the only one calling them out for this? Nintendo should be prosecuted for this. And yet after years of ranting about the current state of Pokemon, the moment they release something with popular demand, you fools all go back claiming that Nintendo is the best company of all time. I've already said this once and I keep being proven right, which doesn't surprise me because I'm always right with my statements. Nintendo is going too far with their bullcrap. They kept rehashing the same Mario games, the same Zelda games, the same Kirby games over and over again, and now they're rehashing consoles. Nintendo, what the hell is wrong with you now? You're rehashing consoles with nothing going for it? Like, what changed? What, the Joy-Cons are a bit bigger now? It's now as fast as the PlayStation 4? They painted it all black now, totally not to cash in from the diversity checklist, which these blue and pink colors on the edge adding an extra flavor on the mix. These new features are so minimalistic you wouldn't even care for them. Oh wow, the Switch 2 is a bit bigger than the original Switch. Oh wow, it has an OLED display. You can ride with it on the floor. Like, seriously, that's it? What's next? A feature that allows you to stick these Joy-Cons inside your bum? Oh wait, how could I forget? It also features a full stand on the back of the console. Yeah, that will be worth the €600. Like, give me a fucking break. This has to be the dumbest early April Fool's jokes of this decade. Other than the fact that the Switch 2 isn't even fully backwards compatible. But even you moronic Nintendrones know damn well the only reason they've done this is to sell more remasters of their old games that no one gives a flying fuck about. What happened with the leaps? What happened to the new ideas we used to see to the 80s all the way to the 2010s? What happened when Nintendo added new features that were actually remarkable? Even the 3DS featured an 3D display, something that was mind-blowing on that era. The Wii's motion controls and its unique design. Splendid. I guess Nintendo, the so-called king of innovation, somehow forgot to innovate. If it wasn't for the millions of basement-dwelling Nintendo fans with 2 working brain cells, this console would have been dead on arrival. Because of course the average fedora-wearing neckbeard with diplomas from the special ed will be like,
"Oh my god, the Switch 2 is the best console ever, oh my god, it's so good and I want to marry it."
And I'm just staring at them thinking to myself, what the fuck went wrong with their birth? You have to be dropped in the head on concrete floor to ever consider buying this piece of garbage. The Switch 2 probably has that name because you wanna switch to a different console after playing it. The Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, Legion Go, your fucking iPad, anything. If you go handheld, go for the big boys. Don't buy this scam. I'm fed up dealing with the same console for 8 years. The last thing I want is a sequel. This is the Wii U all over again. The only ones buying this garbage handheld are fucking boneheads with bad taste. You losers like bending over for Nintendo. You suck off their sausage, might as well feel it inside your rectum. You heretics all need to repent for your hideous crimes because the Switch 2 is invested with pride, wrath, idolatry, plagiarism, and specially sloth. It's the same story all over again. This is the definition of pure insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting things to change. You will be scammed again with Nintendo's sadistic business tactics. They will keep making fragile controllers, they'll keep rehashing their same old franchises, they'll keep suing orphan games. I have no words. Have fun being ripped off. I'll be playing with my high-end PC, playing the best games at the highest frame rate, with the best quality and the smoothest hertz. PC Master Race baby. Nintendo fans don't know about that. It's thanks to them that Nintendo has gathered so much money and popularity that they think that this is somehow acceptable at any way. It's time for competition again. Sega, it's time to rise up from the ashes. Show the gaming industry how to do it. We all know that the Dreamcast was better than the N64, the Sega Saturn was better than the SNES. Sega obviously has the better franchises. Sonic is much better than Mario, that's quite obvious. With Microsoft leaving the console market for good. And the fact that PlayStation hasn't been good for decades. Sega, it's time for a new console. Stop being the bitch of the gaming industry and do the unimaginable. Because at the current state of modern consoles, we need you more than ever before. And the king of gaming assists Sega by starting the hashtag the Nintendo Switch 2 boycott. And I will make sure that this piece of trash will never hit the store shelves. I will make this console illegal, which you will be detained and get sent in bars if you buy the Switch 2. This is the worst console to ever exist. I refuse to believe that this hype isn't artificial. If you don't have an IQ of single digits, you'll have the ability to notice the usual pattern. But right now humanity is so idiotic, I'm worried for the future of our species. Society is going through a paradigm shift, and thanks to that Gen Alpha will burn this planet to the ground. You are not a real gamer if you buy the Switch 2. You Nintendo fans are the most shameless frauds that I have ever seen. Hyping this garbage up like it's the second coming of Christ. You autists need genuine help. You're all clowns, all of you, and I hope you come in the realization that your taste in gaming is fucking garbage. But anyway, enough talking about this shoddy handheld console. I have better things to do at this moment. So to conclude yet another masterclass of a review. Fuck the Nintendo Switch 2, and fuck Nintendo. I rate this console a 0 out of 10. Don't be the punchline to Nintendo's joke and don't buy the Switch 2. Instead throw it like a frisbee. Like this. No idea why there's a wood chipper there, but man, I threw that perfectly, ha 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 ha.